the weaver of whispering woods, a tale of lost colors. In a valley where colors had begun to fade, lived a curious girl, Elara, unafraid. The greens of the trees, the blue of the stream, were washing away like a half-remembered dream. One dusk, a shimmering moth, silvery and bright, led her deep into the whispering woods at night. The air hummed with magic, a soft, gentle sound. Strange, glowing mushrooms sprouted from the ground. The moth fluttered onward, a guide in the dark, towards a grand tree with illuminated bark. Its roots formed an archway, a doorway of old, pulsing with stories waiting to be told. Elara stepped through, her breath caught in her chest. This hidden world was put to a terrible test. The vibrant flora was turning to gray, as a creeping, silent gloom held everything at bay. In the center, a loom, with threads snapped and frayed, where the magic of color was being unmade. A small, weary creature sat sighing with sorrow, a chameleon-like being with no hue to borrow. "I am Weaver," he whispered, his voice faint and thin, "the keeper of colors that dwell deep within. A shadow has stolen my chroma keys bright, and plunged our whole world into monochrome night." He showed her 3 empty slots on his loom. "Without the 3 keys, we are headed for doom. The first is the ruby, of laughter and cheer. Find where joy has been lost, and you'll find it is near." Elara nodded, her courage ignited, her mission, to see the world's colors righted. The path led to a garden where flowers were white, and a sad, grumpy troll was a pitiful sight. "No more jokes," he grumbled. "No fun and no play. All the laughter has simply been washed away." Elara then sat, and she told him tall tales of dancing pineapples and whales with pink sails. A small chuckle escaped him, then a great rumbling laugh. The sound cut the silence like a sharp wizard's staff. The white roses blushed, a miraculous sight, and the ruby key glowed with a warm crimson light. It flew from the soil so impossibly grand, and snapped into place on the loom first in hand. The next is the sapphire, of tears that are shed, for the feelings we hold in our heart and our head. They journeyed to shores of a glass-still lagoon, under the light of a sad-looking moon. A lonely water spirit sang a haunting lament, for a friendship she feared was forever spent. Elara waded in, though the water was cold. She listened to the story the spirit told. She offered a hug, a compassionate friend, a quiet, kind ear, helping sadness to mend. A genuine tear rolled down the spirit's face, filling the lagoon with a soft, blue grace. From the depths of the water, a light started growing, the sapphire key swirling, with brilliance unknowing. It zipped through the air, a brilliant blue streak, and clicked into its place, strong and unique. 2/3 of the loom now was shining with power, waiting the last key's miraculous hour. The last is the emerald, the trickiest key. It's the color of growth, of what you can be. It's hidden in memories, buried by fear, in a cavern of doubts that is painfully near. They entered a cave where echoes took shape, as monsters from which there seemed no escape. The shadows whispered of failures and slips, of stumbled words and of stumbling lips. "You're not brave enough," the dark voices hissed. Elara felt her own confidence dissed. But she thought of the troll's laugh, the spirit's new cheer, and she shouted, "I choose to be stronger than fear." Her voice was a weapon, so crystal and clear. It shattered the shadows and banished all fear. The cave walls transformed, becoming transparent, showing memories where Elara had been truly ardent. A sapling emerged where the darkness had bred, its leaves a most brilliant and powerful green spread. Upon a small branch, the last key did rest, the emerald key, which had passed the great test. It glowed with the power of courage and might, and flew to its slot, erupting with light. The 3 keys were united, a triumphant sight, filling the cavern with pure, colorful light. They raced back the loom, the keys shining so bright, ready to finish the magical fight. Weaver chirped with joy, his colors returned, a lesson in magic they'd finally learned. He took up the threads, his hands now a blur, weaving the colors back into the fur. A wave of bright hue spread out from the loom, chasing away every last bit of gloom. The trees burst in green, the sky blazed in blue, flowers in every vibrant shade grew. The world was repainted, more bright and profound than any world on any map to be found. Whispered with joy and with song, a celebration to which all things belonged. Creatures of magic emerged from their den to thank the brave girl and the weaver again. Elara spun round, her eyes wide with delight, drinking in all of the beautiful sight. Weaver approached her, a gift in his hand, a small, woven bracelet, colorful and grand. Each thread is a color you help to restore, a memory of this world forevermore. He placed it her wrist, where it shimmered and glowed, a part of the magic on her it bestowed. "It's time to go home," Weaver said, though bittersweet, "but the woods will be here beneath your feet." The silvery moth returned, a guiding light, to lead her back through the archway of night. She gave one last look at the world, bright and true, and stepped back to her valley, painted anew. She emerged where the woods met her familiar town, but the magic had not let her simply go down. The colors had spread, the roofs were red bright, the fields a lush green in the warm morning light. The grayness was gone, the world was alive, and her own heart felt ready to take a great dive. Her parents ran out, their faces amazed. We woke up and the world was so brilliantly phrased. They saw her bracelet that shimmered and shone, and knew their brave daughter had achieved on her own. They didn't ask questions, they just held her tight, under a sky that was impossibly bright. That night, from her window, she looked at the wood and understood completely that it was all good. The woods would keep whispering, she now knew the words, the songs of the colors, the hum of the birds. She was its protector, a secret she'd keep, a promise she made before falling asleep. In school, she drew pictures of all she had seen, the magical creatures in emerald green. Her friends gathered round, full of wonder and cheer, inspired by the colors she'd brought back right here. She shared not the secret, but the joy it had bred, in every bright painting and story she spread. The valley stayed vibrant, year after year, a beacon of color, of hope, and of cheer. Elara grew up, but she never lost sight of the magical world she'd restored in the night. Her bracelet still glowed, a personal star, reminding her just how incredibly brave we are. Ending in moral, she became the best artist the world had yet known, using colors with a magic that felt like home. Her paintings seemed alive, with a story to tell, of a world saved from a monotonous spell. Moral, paint palette. Your courage, kindness, and joy are the keys to making your world a more beautiful and colorful place. The whispering woods kept its secret and its grace.